A number of plants which can support your garden in more ways than just growing and producing flowers, producing vegetables. They can provide food for your plants, they provide pest control, even structural support. So by choosing to grow these types of plants in your garden, in and amongst your plants that you've already got growing, or perennials and things you've already got growing, you can affect how much care your garden actually needs from you directly, how much managing your garden needs from you directly, which can actually reduce the amount of care and the amount of stress and the amount of cost your garden brings. The knock-on effect is it will create more time for you to relax and enjoy your garden, taking in and enjoying the space that you've created, whilst knowing the garden is being looked after by nature. Can't really get better than that, can it? Feeding your plants is one of the most important things. There are many plants that you can actually sow now, which can provide much needed food for your garden, in turn reducing the need for you to feed your garden and pay for food, make food yourself, feeding your garden as you go through the year. So it's really good that if you can grow these plants, if you can sow them now, grow them in your garden throughout the spring and summer, then you're going to drastically reduce the amount of feed you need to add to your soil or to your plants. It's going to save you a fortune in time and money doing all this. So planting the plants that feed your garden. Let me talk you through the plants that will feed your garden. So plants such as sweet peas, lupins, vetch, medic and trefoils. They're all in the legume family. So these will provide nitrogen from the nodules that grow on the roots and release it back into the soil for all the plants around them to take in as they need it. So it's extremely useful in the spring and summer as your garden is going through a time of rapid growth and your plants need the nitrogen for the new growth, chlorophyll production, that kind of thing, photosynthesis. The plants are hungry for nitrogen in spring and summer. So having these plants growing in your garden readily processing nitrogen and from the nodules on the roots, releasing it back out to the soil, your plants are going to keep lapping it up because they're going to keep growing rapidly until sort of midsummer, heading into autumn. So they're going to need this. These are some of the signs of stress and nitrogen deficiency are your plants will become stunted, unhealthy, obviously, because of any deficiency. It's not healthy, it's unbalanced. So your plants become stunted, unhealthy. The leaves will start to curl inwards as well, and they will start to go yellow. So they will continue to get yellower and yellower until the plant eventually will completely die off. So that is extreme. But if you have any members of the legume family, which again, I'll go through them again in a second, growing in the garden, you should be fine because they'll be continuously putting nitrogen back into the soil for your plants to draw from, which is really good. So the legume family is vast. There are many annuals that you can sow now. So as I say, like sweet peas and various other things that you can sow now. But there are many perennials, shrubs and trees as well that will do the same job. So these will continue to feed your garden as they grow and as they mature. So lupins are very good. I've got lupins in the garden. I've several lupins actually, different areas of the garden, different colours. They're very good. They're quick growing as well. And you can divide them up each year. So that's really good. So you can have more and more plants. The lupins are very good, and where they've got such vast root systems and they do grow really quickly, they produce a lot of nitrogen. Acacias and wisteria, they're also in the legume family, where they mature slowly as well, and they can last for years as well. You can really get ancient plants they can get. They're very strong, so they will produce a lot of nitrogen for your garden and really support your garden as well. Wisterias are really good for climbing support as well. So if you've got a wisteria growing, and then you have, say, like a clematis or passion flower, anything like that growing around them, then they can use that as support if you've got an older wisteria. So that's another good way of them supporting your garden. But acacias and wisterias are really good, strong, healthy support for your garden when it comes to feeding your plants.